I'm giving away 25 of these brand new Clawhammer pint glasses, and here is why. I am tired of the existing beer recipe calculators. I don't like the layouts, they're confusing and cumbersome, they're not beginner friendly, and I don't like the fees. I also got tired of the terrible user experience on most of the online ingredient supplier websites, which is a real bummer, especially given the premium price that they charge. So I fixed all of these problems with a brand new tool I'm calling Beer Builder. I've been working on it for a year, and right now it is 100% free to use. And like I said, if you use it and you tell me how to make it better, I will give you a free pint glass. Okay, so this is a text-based recipe calculator, and it does not work how you think it does, because I'm guessing that you're guessing it's just an AI chat window that makes recipes for you. No, you can already do that for free with ChatGPT or Claude, or even in Google search. Actually, you can do that. And it would not make sense for me to reinvent that wheel. This is actually brewing software that uses real math to calculate brewing benchmarks based on actual ingredient properties and the characteristics of your own unique brewing setup. But you interface with it via a chat window, which allows for some really awesome features. Or if you want, you can use it manually, just like the other calculators as well. It's basically my dream tool, and here is how it works. Well, actually, before that, here's the really cool part. As of like this week, Clawhammer Supply is now selling ingredients, not because we want to put local homebrew shops out of business. If you have a local homebrew shop, shop there if you want them to remain open. But a lot of people have already lost their local homebrew shop, and this would be a great option for those folks. And here's the really cool part. I've linked the calculator to our entire in-stock catalog, which completely eliminates the substitution hassle if you buy your ingredients from us. Here's how it normally works. You make a recipe, you print it out, you go to the homebrew shop, they don't have half the stuff you need. You basically need to rebuild the recipe on the fly with a bunch of substitutions. Very annoying. I've done it 100 times. Our tool completely eliminates that process, like I said, if you buy ingredients through us. So here's how it works. I'm just going to go to Brewing. I'm going to go to Beer Builder. So you have two options. You can use this just like normal brewing software, and which is this all ingredients mode, or you could start with the in-stock mode, which will only pull ingredients for recipes that we have in stock. So no substitutions will be needed. But I'm going to start with all ingredients, and let's do, you know what I want to do? Let's do this. Let's go to our black IPA recipe. I'm just going to take this whole thing. I'm just going to copy the entire page. And by the way, I see here, I need everything down to at least yeast, I guess. So I'm going to come back here, and I'm just going to paste this entire window, that entire page into the Beer Builder. And it says, it tells me I need to pick an equipment profile. So you can see it already selected specialty IPA. It'll do that automatically for you. It doesn't always get it right, but you can manually change it if you want to. I'm going to use our 10.5 gallon modular 120 volt system batch size, finished size, 5 gallons. That's 5 gallons into the keg. Again, I'm using all ingredients. I say brew it right on. Let me crack a beer and take a few sips before I build this. You know what? I'm going to take a sip myself. All right. We built this batch using our exact ingredient amounts, blah, blah, blah. It's telling me that the color is slightly out of the style guideline, but that's okay. I don't care. That's how we made it. We wanted it to be dark. But let's just take a look at what it did. So, like I said, copy, paste, brew it, select my equipment. I've now run all of these ingredients through a deterministic brewing calculator. I now have the OG, the FG, the ABV, IBU, SRM, and the bitterness to gravity ratio. All of the ingredients are in here. So that got the Maris Otter chocolate flake rye. Let's just go back and check this out to see if I got it right. I'm already seeing something that looks a little off. 11 pounds of Maris Otter, 1 of chocolate, 1 of rye, Crystal 120 and Crystal 60, Carafa 3. Boom, 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 boom. Yes. All right. All the hops are in here. The yeast is in here. The mash temp carried over. Done. I just calculated the benchmarks for this recipe based on my actual system. However, I'm noticing one little discrepancy here. It's chosen extra pale Maris Otter. So I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to click on this, use a different version, and see what we got in here. So this is 1.7 degrees Lovabond. It looks like most of these are more in like the 2.5 to 3. So I'm going to actually just switch that from an extra pale to actually, you know what? I'm going to switch this to the finest crisp because I know that my local homebrew shop stocks that. I just saw it on their website yesterday. I'm changing that, and it will automatically update these numbers. Pretty cool. Now, here's the best part. What you do at this point is you just hit print, and it will print out a shopping list for you. So you can take this down to your homebrew shop, and you can buy these ingredients. Okay, the other thing you can do is you can download a beer XML file, so you can port this over to other software if you want, or upload it to your brew system. We haven't built this yet, but we are building this now. At some point, you're going to be able to just beam this straight to your brewing system. So our brand new controller, you're going to just hit a button and it's going to go straight to the controller. You can save this recipe. I'll do that real quick. So Hammer Party Black IPA, and then that exists up here in my recipes area, and done. Now, let's say you don't have a local homebrew shop, or you just want to buy these ingredients online. Here's how you do that. You just hit build with in-stock ingredients, and it's going to ask you two questions. Do you want to match the original numbers? So do you want to adjust the amounts of OG and IBU, etc., land as close as our stock allows? Or do you want to keep the same ingredient amounts and let the benchmarks drift? I think let's match the original numbers. And it's going to say converting down here. If you look up at the top, once it's done, it's going to flip you over to in stock mode, which it did automatically there. And let's just scroll up. It actually is going to give us a summary right here. So the recipe from our site was 1072 OG. This one has 1072 as well. The IBUs changed from 79 to 78. The ABV changed from 7.2 to 7.4. The SRM, so none of that's really big. The SRM dropped quite a bit though. It's telling us, what actually got subbed as well. So let's just scroll down here and take a look at what's happened. So the finest Maris Otter got changed to our Maris Otter. There was chocolate wheat. We don't stock chocolate wheat. So that got flipped over to regular wheat. Rye, flaked rye got flipped over to rye malt. Both of the wheat malt and the rye malt that we stock are Riverbend. That's our local craft maltster, by the way. And the Crystal 120 got flipped over to Special B. So let's just look at this. Crystal 120 has 120 degrees Lovibond rating. So the Special B is 130. So that's a pretty good sub there. These subs are what they are. This is the process you're going to go through when you go down to your local homebrew shop as well. So the Crystal 60 got flipped over to Crystal 50, which is what we stock, the Riverbend, and then the Carafa 3 is still the Carafa 3. Okay, hops I think are probably all the same. Maybe the alpha acids has changed a little bit, but that's now baked into the benchmarks. And then the yeast, that was, what did we use original? Well, I can just flip back over to the all ingredients, USO5, and then this is USO5, both the 81% attenuation. Okay, cool. This is going to be pretty similar. The wheat and the rye are going to change it a little bit, but like I said, this is what you're going to go through when you go down to a homebrew shop. And one quick note on ingredients. We are intentionally not stocking every single ingredient on the planet for two reasons. Number one, we're opting for a smaller catalog that is super fresh. We're not trying to stock a bunch of stuff that people are hardly ever going to buy. There are plenty of reasonable substitutions, so that's the strategy we're going with. That said, we are going to be adding some more stuff to the catalog that's going to be showing up soon. So if you don't see something in the catalog currently that we offer, it might show up soon. Just shoot us a note if you want us to stock something, and we'll probably order it. And number two, we are opting to use Riverbend malt as opposed to these big commercial maltsters. Why? Well, for the same reason that Burial Beer uses Riverbend malt. Burial Beer is one of the best small breweries in the entire world, and Riverbend Malt House is one of the top craft maltsters in the world. They make super high quality, super fresh malt. It's growing right here in the region. We know the founders, they're awesome dudes. It's going to cost a little bit more, but we're actually eating most of that cost, and we love the product. I was just down at Burial to watch the World Cup game, and guess what was on the very top of their pallet of grains? It was a bag of Riverbend malt. So what do I want to do here? I think I wanted to show you how this tool works, and I'm going to bump the SRM up some. I'm no stranger to making really dark beers. I've made a number of super dark lagers, and they've all turned out well. And my secret ingredient, which is not so secret, is generally black patent. So I could come over here and I could say, grain bill, I could add an ingredient. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you a different way. Please add a 1/4 pound of black patent malt. Let's see what that does to the SRM. 29.9 got bumped up to 36.1. The original was 47.3. I want to hit that at least. So let's see here. Add another. Let's add another 1/4 pound. So we're at a 1/2 pound of black patent. And right here it is, black patent malt. We're at 41.9. Let's see here. Can we add more? We're still a little below the original SRM. And I'm wondering how much is too much? So how much too much black patent? Because people are a little touchy about that. I'll tell you what, though. I've gone up to like 20% in my grain bill and haven't had any issues. So most brewers keep black patent under 1 to 3% of the grain bill. That's the conventional knowledge. So what do I, well, let's see here. What is my percentage of black? What's my percentage, I'm wondering? So we're at 3.4. So, it's saying conventionally people will only go up to like 3%. I'm going up to 20. Actually, I'm going to show you real quick the other way to do this. You can't just go over here. You go to the grain bill. You go to your black patent. I'm just going to change this to 0.75. Done. Now updated. Our SRM is now 47.3, which, look at that, matches our all ingredients exactly. So we've gone 1072 to 1074 for the OG. The final gravity is the same. The ABV went from 7.2 to 7.6. I can live with that. IBUs went from 78.5 to 76.8. I can live with that. SRM is exactly the same. And the bitterness to gravity did change a little bit. Let's see what that looks like on a chart. Now that's not too bad. Okay, cool. All right. I'm done. I'm happy with this. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom here. And let's see. There is a milled or unmilled. I'm just going to say, you know what? I have my own grain mill. I'm going to click unmilled. And I'm going to say, you can throw all this stuff in the bag together. And I'm just going to hit add ingredients to the cart. And then it's going to give me the ingredients list here. I'm going to click view cart. Boom. All of the ingredients are now in my cart. Now that took a minute because I was kind of screwing around with the black patent, but let me just show you how quick this is if you start with all ingredients mode and then you just have the tool build the recipe for you. Let's set the timer now. Let's do a Vienna lager. Brew it. Let's see how fast. Let's try to speed run this. I'm going to try to vet it a little bit as well. So it's saying, I'll pour one and think through 20 seconds, generally like 10 or 15 seconds. So we have some results back here. So let's just scroll straight down to the style guideline. Okay, we are in the range of the style. Let's look at the grain here. Vienna, Munich, dark Munich, double kilned Munich, malignant malt, 1/2 pound, Hallertau hops, 3470 yeast. This is all looking pretty good to me. Yeah, let's just go ahead and mill it because they say I don't have a grain mill. Let's bag them together, add the ingredients to cart, building the cart, view the cart. Done. Check out, and I can buy these ingredients pretty fast. But let's say I want to be a little bit more picky with this real quickly. So we have quite a bit of the Malinoidin malt. So let's just do this. Let's take that down to 0.25. And then let's add it back up here just to the Vienna to clean it up a little bit, make it a little less intense. Are we still within the style guidelines? Yes, we are. And that might match what I'm looking for a little bit better. It's that easy. So here's the deal. Right now, this tool is good, but it's not perfect. It doesn't know everything, but I'll tell you what, it's smarter than I am. All right, really quickly, I want to show you 2 more ways you can use this. I showed this to my buddy Martin at Homebrew Challenge. First question he asked was, can I just drop an image in and go from there? I said, yeah. He said, all right, I'm going to give you a challenge. Here's a obscure beer that's made in my hometown. And he gave me this image right here, the Ringwood Best Bitter. So I can just take that. I'm going to drop it in here. I'm going to say brew it. And oh, I need to select my equipment, Clawhammer 120 modular, brew it. And what it's going to do is look up the details of that beer, find me a good recipe, and then pop it in. Again, I'm in the all ingredients here. I gave the results to Martin and I said, does this work? And he said, you know what? It picked up on something that's super important. And he said, just a tiny bit of chocolate malt. That's the key to making this beer good. He said he's made it with and without, and chocolate malt's where it's at, and chocolate malt is included. I'm going to show you another way. So here's our Brewfather. Here's a recipe that we have made and brewed. What you can do is actually just export this as an XML and drop the XML in here if you want to, but you can also just do the same thing, just the old copy and paste. So take a screenshot, drag it in. You're going to have to choose your equipment and then just hit brew it. And it's going to port the recipe over for you automatically. Once it does that, scroll down to the bottom, you save it to your recipes. And I'll just say this, if one person emails me and says, hey, create a tool that allows me to bulk export my entire Brewfather or BeerSmith recipe library into your beer builder. If one person emails and asks me to do that, I will do it. Like I said, we're going to give away a pint glass for anyone who uses this and actually buys some ingredients and then fills out a survey to help us make the tool better. We have a ton of really amazing stuff planned for this. You know, like I said, you're going to be able to hit a button and then this is going to beam straight to the brew system. So you make the recipe, you order the ingredients. The brew day is already programmed into the brewing calculator. You hit the go button and you brew it up. It's going to be super easy. I recently had the pleasure of sitting down and having a beer with the legendary Chino Brews of r/homebrewing. We randomly both were in the Outer Banks at the same time, which was awesome. So we decided to meet up and grab a beer. And Chino suggested a really cool feature, which would be linking the brewing calculator up to local homebrew shop inventories via an API, which would mean you could select your shop and build a recipe based on their in-stock ingredients, which would be incredible. I think that's going to be part of our longer-term roadmap as well. But we have a ton of features here. There's a lot of different things I haven't showed you. So here's my ask of you. Just check it out. Come to our website, go to Beer Builder under Brewing, and make a couple recipes. Even if you don't buy anything, totally fine. Send me an email. You can find the email in the about actually contact area up here. Shoot me an email and let me know what you think. Did it work? Did it not work? Did it say weird stuff? Did it make your computer catch on fire? I'd love to know the answer to all those questions. And I appreciate you watching this video. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.